information for you tonight. We've got some fantastic, I want to say it 3 times, fantastic presenters. Wow. Yeah, thanks. So come on in, grab a seat, get ready to go on a great informational ride. We're going to let you know about things that are going to make you happy. We're going to let you know about things that are going to make you a little bit sad. And hopefully that'll empower you. But really, most of all, we're going to talk to you about things that really, really make you happy. So my name is Scott Mitchell. I've been with Life Force for, about 10 years. But not actively doing any type of, I don't want to give too much away, but not actively doing a whole lot, except recently. And I'm super excited about what you're going to find out about tonight. You may notice my jacket's a little tight. It used to be a lot tighter, and it's going to be a whole lot looser. And, we got some things coming up that are going to be very interesting to you. So my story, about 3 years in the biz, and, I didn't really think about a whole lot of it, but, lifestyle freedom. Lifestyle freedom is what I get to enjoy now. I get to be able to do my business from anywhere. On the phone, on a boat, in a house, out in a parking lot. Today I did it from Pearl Street Mall. I sat and watched people and, chatted with some folks. But then I just sat down and enjoyed the live music, enjoyed everything, and made some phone calls and invited some folks to look at what we're doing around here. So it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy what we do here. So I'm curious, everybody in the room here from Boulder, or we got some folks outside of Boulder? How about outside of Boulder? All right, hands outside of Boulder. Great, thanks. And, we love folks from Boulder, really. We really do. Thanks, Tim. And we love folks from outside of Boulder, too. I'm down the road 15 minutes from here. It's a heck of a lot of fun to come up to Boulder. Really, really great. So, without further ado, let's get down to biz, right? Let's get down to it. We've got 2 gentlemen presenters here. Amazing guys. One guy's 30-year veteran in the MLM industry, has created over $5 billion, that's a B, billion dollars in business. That's important, $5 billion over the 30-year course. He's been, he came to us a year and a half ago, and he's done some great things for us. Joining him in presentation is a personal friend of mine, personal mentor of mine. This guy, they, as a team, they're unstoppable. So let's just bring them both up. Michael Jude, David Collister, come on up.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Scott. And Scott, you are a personal friend, and I appreciate that warm introduction. And I appreciate all of you who are here. It's a beautiful night, beautiful Boulder night, right? And you could be doing anything, and you chose to come here. And I'm going to guess those of you that are guests largely chose to come because you were recommended by a friend, right? Yeah. And isn't that a beautiful thing? I mean, isn't that what we do for each other as friends? We offer the best of life to our friends. We offer the best of life. And I'd like to think that the people who invited you here think enough of you to offer this to you. Now, of course, as a gift, gifts don't have strings, and there's nothing attached, right? It's a gift. It's a free gift. And I hope that you feel tonight that you're held like that. You see, this is not some kind of thing that we're going to try to convince you or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I'll just tell you right up front what we're up to. By the end of this presentation, you'll probably be in one of 3 places. You'll probably either be in a place of, you know what? That sounds really good, but that's not for me. It's not the right time in life. And we say thank you. Thanks for coming and listening. Thanks for trusting your friend enough just to be open enough to listen. You may also be in a place where you say, these products that these guys are telling me about, wow, I could lose some weight. I could have better mental clarity. I could have more energy. My immune system could function at a better level. I could have more endurance and stamina. I could look younger, feel better, perform better. Wow, I want those benefits. I want that. I want that for myself and my family. And if that's what you want, we'll actually show you how to do that. We'll show you how to maximize those values. As a matter of fact, we'll even help you get a personal wellness coach for your wellness, your entire life. And you may be in a third place. You may say, those products, they're life-changing. If I even get a fraction of what these guys say it is, I'm in. I'll use them for the rest of my life. But that business opportunity, the chance, as Scott said, to live where I want, to work with who I want, to work if I want, to have time freedom, to have lifestyle freedom, to have the freedom to make a difference. That's what I'm after. I don't know how it works. I have questions, I have doubts, but I'm interested in taking a look. So at the end of this, you're going to be in one of three places.
So, where are you going to be? Just kidding. Oh, we're not done yet? Okay. Well, I jumped right to the end. Yeah, I was ready. So, hey, listen, we're going to have some fun tonight. We've been here for, 2 days now? And we are having the time of our lives. This business is transformational. Hanging out with people in this business has been a real pleasure to me. When I hear people talk about I've created $5 billion in revenue for my clients, Michael, I just go, who are they talking about? Because I'm the son of factory workers in Lansing, Michigan. The only person I knew that owned a business was my great uncle, and he owned a gas station. And he was an inventor who eventually went on to do really well with his royalties. And, I've just had some incredible mentors, people who, when I was a 20-year-old kid, took me under the wing, like Michael. Somebody said, hey, I want to invite you to a meeting like this. And I thought, what's going on with this meeting? And this person saw a smile and something they liked in me. And I thought, if somebody with that kind of caliber is willing to say, I'll spend time with you and I'll help you, I'm going along for the ride. Because I was at the time I was going to school for art and going to Bible college, and I was working as a janitor. And I thought, you know what? I'd love to be an entrepreneur, but I really, how am I going to get there? Nobody in my family ever graduated from college. It was just an uphill battle. But now to have $5 billion associated with my name, that's a testament to my mentors. That's the kind of people that are in this business. They take you under their wing and they walk you across the goal line if you're willing to walk with them. And I was just so willing. And so, here you've got people in this room who are saying, I'm willing to help you. I would encourage you to take a good look at Life Force. Again, I don't want to take credit for this. This is my mentors and the great people of Life Force and the folks at the corporate offices. But I will say that I'm very selective with my clients. A company hired me as a consultant. And I'm very selective with my clients because I've got a spotless record with them. 100% of my clients become the fastest growing company in the industry. And it's a big industry. So, I'm really selective. Well, applauding my mentors. Really, I'll take it for them. I'll send them a note, right? But here's the thing. I became progressively more selective. When I first did it, it was kind of by accident. And then I experienced some bumps and bruises in the industry. When you've got hundreds of millions or billions of dollars involved, do you think you can see the best and the worst of people? I saw too much, and I was very naive and didn't know what to think of that, and it really affected me. So I decided to be very, very selective. And after 30 years in this industry, I honestly thought that I would never find a company like Life Force. And I was kind of, I will say, jaded. I was like, I'm not building a team anymore. I'm not going to build a downline. And I've had my downlines recruit 150,000 people, and I'm never going to do that again. I'm just going to consult. I can make a lot of money consulting, and I'll just keep doing that because I just don't know that I'll ever find the kind of company that I was looking for, and I found it in Life Force. In fact, to put my money where my mouth is, they wanted me to help them run the company. They offered me a very wonderful corporate package several months ago, and I said, are you crazy? Thank you, but are you crazy? The real money is in building a team. What that meant to me is I had to start from scratch because I'm not bringing 150,000 people with me. I have to go out and do all the things that you have to do, and I'm doing it, right? We're all doing this together. That's when you want to join a company, when you've got people like Michael and myself and people in this room who are professional network marketers, when they are back in action. Let me tell you, all of my years of experience have taught me that's when you join, when you get to work alongside people that know how to get the job done. And any of the people in here, you feel like your life has been changed, just even this weekend, being able to walk with people that really have had a lot of experience. So that's what we're offering you tonight. This is no small thing. The next meeting that we do here in Boulder is going to be substantially larger as a result of the wonderful people in this room and what you've done. So, Michael, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I'll let you guide this thing.
Well, thank you. So it's no secret. It's no secret that the economic situation today is unusual. And maybe I'm being too kind. It's dire. Okay? We're undergoing a fundamental economic shift in the world. It's not just the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. It's the world. The world economy is undergoing a fundamental shift. Now, for those of you that either slept through or never studied economics, I want to give you like about a 3 or 4 minute tour through the world history of money. You see, the turn of the last century, now I'm not talking about 1999 to 2000, but the old one, 1899 to 1900, right around then, virtually everybody was self-employed. The vast majority of people were self-employed. Now, what that looked like in those days was working on a family farm. You know, you grew enough food for yourself. If you had some left over, you took it to the market and made some money. This thing called money. Money was not widely circulated. So along came this thing called the Industrial Revolution, right? And suddenly, they didn't have to grow stuff. They were suddenly moving to these things called factories, and they were making stuff. They started making stuff, and the thing called a job sort of appeared on the scene, and a man, is usually the man, or the oldest son, could actually create enough income to support a family and a house and make a living. And the city started to flourish, okay? There's another economic shift. Fast forward to the 1950s, and we moved from that manufacturing economy into what was called the service economy, where suddenly, instead of growing things or making things, people started working on things. And people that knew how to grow things couldn't necessarily go from farming to running sophisticated machinery, and then move into running machinery into service. Those are big shifts. It's a whole way. So people fell through the cracks. You get it? There was high unemployment. There was fundamental shifts. It was tough times. Fast forward from the 50s to the 80s, we moved from the service economy into the knowledge economy. Suddenly people were not making things, they weren't working on things, they were working with what? With their ideas and their brains and their voice. And the people who were growing and making and servicing things couldn't make that transition, not all of them. So a lot of them fell through the cracks. So there's winners and losers in each of these changes, right? Well, fast forward to today. Isn't it true that we're going through yet another fundamental shift in the way people create wealth? Let me give you an example of this. Who can name for me a company that didn't even exist, 10, 15 years ago? They don't make anything. They certainly don't grow anything. They don't work on things. And yet the owners are gazillionaires. And they're probably under 40 or certainly young. Google, Facebook, right? These companies didn't even exist. But here's the thing. They have figured out a way to be a winner in the new economy. You see? And aren't there people that can't make that transition? How many of you are ready to start Google or the next big thing? I mean, you may be ready, but what are the odds, right? So wouldn't it be helpful if you had an insight into the strategies that actually worked and created the winning side of the equation instead of being on the losing side? Would that be helpful to understand how that works, how those strategies work? Yeah, absolutely. So here's a tip. Just look at what Google does. They don't grow anything. They don't make anything. They don't service anything. What do? Well, they give stuff away. They give away intellectual property. They give away information. Now, in the old economy, giving stuff away was not a recipe for success. That was how you go to the bankruptcy court. But in the new economy, giving stuff away for free, valuable stuff away for free, is the winning strategy. It's the winning strategy. Now I want to bring you into the world of this thing called network marketing. The world of network marketing. Well, network marketing is a young industry on the planet. It's over $150 billion a year. It's not small, it's huge. And there's about 100 million people worldwide working in network marketing. And if you look at network marketing, it's perfectly positioned to be a winner in this new economy. Now, why do I say that? Well, let's take a little look at what this thing called network marketing is. As I said earlier, what's the mark of a good friend? Well, if I'm a good friend, I'm going to share good things with you. Maybe I read a book, a CD, saw a movie, a restaurant. I'm going to say, David, I know you like Thai food. I found this restaurant over here, and they have great Thai food. I think you'd enjoy it. Why don't you go check it out? David does. He has a good experience. That's great. I've done what friends do, right? Tell about something good. Friends also tell about bad. David, I know you like Thai food. Don't waste your time at that restaurant. Now, how many of you have ever recommended a book, a movie, a CD, or a tape, or something like that to a friend? Virtually everybody. And here's what I want to know. Do you expect when you go back to that restaurant or the store, do they ever say, gosh, that was so great, you recommended that restaurant. Look, we're going to give you a free meal. Probably never happened. They don't even give you free egg rolls or spring rolls. They might give you some glass of water. They might say thank you, but they probably never know. So here's the thing that makes Google special. Google gives away all the stuff we love, but they've learned a way to monetize it. They give away stuff for free, like a good friend, but they've learned a way to monetize it, and that's exactly what network marketing does. If you're not familiar with the model, it's quite simply about offering to your friends or people you bump into, associates, people you know, something that you find valuable. And we're going to talk about our product, our flagship product in a minute, called Body Balance, and why that's so valuable. But I want to tell you my story about Body Balance. See, I started taking Body Balance. I was one of these people that absolutely horrible in the morning. I couldn't get my eyes open. I was groggy and sluggy and like that, and I needed stimulants to jack myself up. And then by the time I would get through the morning, I'd have that mid-morning slump, get some more sugar or some caffeine or something, make it past lunch, hit the afternoon wall, crash, make it into the evening, and I was done. I was toast. Probably like a lot of people in the world. But what I found out was when I first started taking Body Balance, within a day or two, I had more energy, I was sleeping better, I was thinking better, and I felt overall optimistic and excited about life. And I was able to let go of the stimulants. I was able to have a healthier life. But for myself, and maybe not for you, I noticed that my brain functioned better. See, I started forgetting things. I couldn't remember people's names, or I put the key, phone numbers, forget it. And I thought that was just getting old. But it wasn't. It was me not being properly nourished. So I noticed my memory started coming back, long-term, short-term. I wasn't stressed. It fed my brain. Now that's just a little bit about what Body Balance did for me. And you're going to hear from some other people what it did for them. But here's the point. This was too good to hold on to. It was absolutely too good to hold on to. So I started just sharing with a few friends. And I said, hey, you got to try this. And they did it. And when they purchased from the company, I actually just said, hey, try this. And they said, yeah, where do I get it? I said, well, I do direct from the company. Call this 800 number. They did. The company handled their money, shipped them the stuff. And the company sent me this little thank you check. And I got pretty excited. I said, well, Thai restaurant never did that. This is cool. I got a thank you check. And they reordered the next month. And I got another thank you check. And the next month, I got another thank you check. And I said, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I like this. But what I found out was when I shared it with a few people, and they shared it with a few more, I actually started getting thank you checks on their orders. And then they shared it with other people, and I got checks on their orders. And suddenly, this network started appearing, and I started getting these thank you checks, and it started getting some big thank you checks, and it got pretty amazing. Now, I want to just share this last piece, because I told you I was sleeping better, but when I figured this out, I could not sleep that night. And here's what I figured out. First of all, I like those thank you checks. But I had some friends who this turned around some serious health challenges they had in their life. Serious health challenges. Matter of fact, they said, this stuff is so good, I will stay on it the rest of my life. And as a friend, I felt really good. I felt like, wow, I've done what I've helped a friend out and they found some comfort and relief. But as a businessman, I heard something else in addition to that. When they said, I'm going to use this the rest of my life, part of me clicked and I said, oh, wait a minute, I'm getting these thank you checks every time I order. I have an income the rest of their life. You get that? This is a Google forward operating strategy in the new economy that allows you to do what you ordinarily do and to monetize it. Folks, if you're at risk or you know people at risk financially, you need to take a serious look at what we're offering.
That's awesome. And let me tell you, it works. I want to give you some idea about our industry so that you can understand what network marketing is all about. I've heard it called all kinds of things like pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes. You don't hear that much anymore because sophisticated people know that it's not. It's LifeForce is registered in all 50 states. We do business and registered in Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore, and we're expanding ever further. Our industry is a $153 billion industry with 91.5 million people in it. Does England have 91.5 million people in it? No. Germany? No. France? No. Italy? No. A lot of the countries, probably most of the countries of the world, do not have 91.5 million people in it. $153 billion. Let's talk about that. I've got my little thing up here because I want to get the numbers right. How many of you have heard of a little company called General Motors? Do you think it does $153 billion a year? It does not. It does 150 billion, 0.3. It's 3 billion shy of doing $150 billion. General Electric, 147.6. Berkshire Hathaway, founded by multi-billionaire Warren Buffett. How many of you have heard of Warren Buffett? He is considered the most sophisticated investor in the world and one of the richest men in the world. Founded Berkshire Hathaway. His company did $143 billion. By the way, as one of the most sophisticated investors in the world, do you know what he recently sunk hundreds of millions of dollars into? The network marketing industry, as did Donald Trump. These are guys that are known for seeing the future of industries, okay? Ford Motor, you think they're 150 billion? The answer is no. Hewlett-Packard, no. AT&T, no. Verizon, no. Apple, no. Microsoft, no. How about Coca-Cola? How about McDonald's? Surely McDonald's? No. Google? No. FedEx? No. In fact, listen to this. If you took Google, if you took McDonald's, and I can show you the numbers, you can research it on CNN, Fortune 500 numbers if you want to check me out. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Google, and FedEx, and you added all of their revenues together for 2011, do you know how much you would get? Less than $153 billion. Network marketing is a global business phenomenon. Now that you know that, how many people do you think around you in your neighborhood know that? Unless I tell professional network marketers that, they don't even know that. Now you see why Donald Trump and Warren Buffett invested a lot of money into this industry, because it is a sleeping giant. The globalization of our economy, the digitization of our economy, doing business over the internet, driving people into relationships on the internet, is creating a new type of economy and a new type of commerce that is about to emerge. And let me tell you something, 15, 20 years from now, I would be surprised if most big businesses in the world were not network marketing companies. Because it is right now the single largest professional social network in the world with 91.5 million people. Now, Facebook has a lot more people, but that's not a professional network. And Facebook hasn't even figured out how to monetize itself, let alone, all the people that are supporting them, right? So this is a giant industry, and it is changing lives around the world, and we are about to see a growth phase in our industry. So that's a big thing. How many of you are investors, or you have done some investing in your life? Okay, you probably know that it's not wise to buy a stock when it's already big and known as the biggest thing in the stock market, right? What do you do when that happens? You sell. Okay, likewise, that's called a sweet spot. When you can catch a company before it becomes big in the stock market and it gets big, you're a winner. Everybody knows that. Well, in network marketing, same thing. Amateur network marketers go and join the fastest growing company in the industry. That's what amateurs do. They think, ooh, there's a big party going on. I want to go be a part of that party. Those people are making $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 a month. Wow, I can do that. Look at, they're driving Ferraris. Wow, I want to do that. Guess what? The party's over, folks. The big growth already happened, and you're buying the stock at its peak. Not a smart move. You know what you do? You learn how to value network marketing companies and their potential to grow quickly, and are they close? Are they near their sweet spot? I am a professional evaluator. I know how to pick a company, and I've got a spotless record. LifeForce, my feeling is, it will be the biggest company in the entire industry, and I bet my career on it. I told the entire industry, I'm closed for business. Don't call me for any more consulting. I'm done. Put it on all the industry communications. Everybody knows. And I said I'm going to go build a LifeForce downline. Now, what happened to my career if I don't do that? I just flushed it down the toilet. A great career, right? I have no interest in flushing my career down any toilet, right? So I've staked my claim here, Michael, and it's people like Michael and the people in this room that are in LifeForce that have made it such an incredible company to join. But even though we're 28 years old, we're debt-free, right? We've got an incredible management team. We've got life-changing products. We have just started to hit our significant growth phase. I mean, we're talking within the last few months. It's just started. Let me give you some great advice. Do network marketing, learn it, because it's coming whether you like it or not. It is already considered to be the sleeping giant in the industry of business and globalization and globalizing economies. It's already happening. That's why Warren Buffett put all that money into it. He didn't pick the right company. The company that he bought is not growing like he thought it would, because he doesn't understand the network marketing space. This company is about to grow, and look around the room, there are people here tonight who will make their dreams come true, who just walked in here tonight not knowing anything about LifeForce. I've seen it happen. I'm thinking of a friend of mine that called me today. I would have tried to recruit him, but he's so happy where he's at. 4 years ago, he was a man that worked in charity. He was worked in the nonprofit sector, broke, in bankruptcy. His house was foreclosed on. His family was falling apart. He was so disappointed, so discouraged. I said, well, why don't you come along? I found a company that's about ready to hit a growth phase. He said, I don't know, I hate network marketing. I just don't understand it. I said, you're right, Bill, you don't understand it. Let me explain it to you. Well, this guy said, I don't even like selling, David. I hate selling. In fact, I hate the thought of selling.